China, with her vast rivers and towering mountains, spans 5 time zones and thousands of miles. These spectacular peaks and nourishing waters sustain countless forms of life. We will range far and wide, visiting some of the most fascinating corners of this enchanted land and admiring the charms of wild China. There is probably no country on Earth with a greater variety of landforms than China. Our journey will first take us to an immense ice field among the glaciers of the Qingyang Gaowan, to behold a desolate yet marvelous spectacle lying at its mid and lower latitudes. Then we will head for southern China to explore the fascinating limestone formations in Asia's deepest cave, where numerous forms of life flourish. The Qingyang Gaowan, known as the roof of the world, the one with the greatest number of glaciers. The Purong-Kangri Glacier lies at the heart of the plateau. The high elevation of 5,800 meters, flat terrain, ample snow, and cold climate here have created permanent glaciers. It wasn't until the autumn of 1999 that Chinese scientists first set foot here to observe the glacier at first hand. Its ice layer is as thick as a 60-story building is high. Without doubt, this is the largest mid to lower latitude glacier on Earth. The arrival of winter turns this oxygen-starved land of extreme cold into a no-go area for many life forms. The Tibetan antelope is the plateau's best-known inhabitant, but they struggle to endure the cold and hunger. Perhaps it's time to leave. The adult male yak, 2 meters high at the shoulders, is the plateau's strongest inhabitant. Every component of their frame is designed for this environment of extreme cold and thin oxygen. But at the moment, these denizens are dealing with a serious challenge. In order to survive, they need to decamp to a lower-lying region. But this yak is old and frail and has missed the optimum time to migrate. It's upsetting to imagine the fate that awaits it in the weeks to come. In Purong-Kangri, at an altitude of over 5,000 meters, the cold and lack of oxygen are exacerbated. He must endure the severe climate on his own. Here, For half of the year, winter holds sway. The wind can reach 150 kilometers an hour. The areas surrounding the vast ice field often experience temperatures of minus 40 degrees centigrade or lower. The yak, on its own in the frozen river valley, appears to have given up hope. Without its herd, it will succumb to the cold and hunger within a month. In Parag Kangri, injury or separation from the herd brings the possibility of imminent death. However, even in the worst circumstances, life can find a way of surviving. The rock jasmine is a pioneer species, living closer than any other to the ice field. The leaves of these lowly plants are tightly curled. Like tiny rugs, they cling to the cold rock. In summer, at noon, as the temperature rises above zero, the snow and ice melt and form a stream. Immediately, the rock jasmine don a new outfit. The tiny blossoms eagerly peep out to bask in the rare warmth of the sunshine. The rock jasmine grow 1 centimeter at most in a year. Reaching its present size has taken this plant at least 50 years. In the brief summer at Parag Kangri, the weather is highly unpredictable. The ice field's powerful refrigerating effect causes an intense alternation of cold and warm air currents, which can lead to a sudden downpour and even unleash a hailstorm. The marmot has suffered badly in the hail. A rodent with thick fur, it's a cousin of the squirrel. For 8 months of the year, they remain in winter hibernation. Warm days are few and far between. Ignoring the risk of being drenched, it dashes into the open air. Nothing can trump the need to hunt and eat. The warm summer ushers in scenes of great vitality. The antelopes have returned to Parag Kangri. Wild yaks are also stomping their familiar ground again. Better preservation efforts in recent years have seen a rise in the Tibetan antelope and yak populations. The herds are getting bigger. In the valley nearby, the blue bear has risen from its winter slumber. There are 3 families, numbering at least 10 bears altogether. It's as if their appearance has turned the valley into a bear's paradise. The Mupin-Pika has a small yet plump body. During the summer, if the weather permits, they will troop out to feed and play on the grass. The hungry bears are eyeing up the marmots. But they have terrible luck, and dinner slips through their paws. The fleeting summer makes hunting a pressing and anxious venture. They are all doing their best to turn every cave upside down. In desperation, who's concerned about the size of the prey and good manners? Here, every animal's behavior is shaped by the vast ice field environment. A bird's eye view reveals an immense ice field below the mountains. The gales have driven all the snow into the crevices. An icy tongue, 800 meters wide, is extending downward at a relentless pace. The rain, snow, and hail accumulate, melt, and solidify. The constant changing of the seasons over millions of years has created a landscape that offers a glimpse of 1,000 years of change. The glacier formed by compacted snow has been eroded by the meltwater to present an array of huge spiral passageways. This pure bluish ice is a priceless time capsule. Every inch is a silent entry in the chronicle of global climate change. To the east of the Qingzhanggaowan lies the hinterland of southwest China, the site of a limestone wonderland. With a larger area of it than any other country, China is a veritable kingdom of karst. Through millions of years of erosion, the vast expanse of limestone has been shaped into myriad formations. Beneath this stone forest, vast cave systems have been formed. Deep among the mountains of Guizhou province is Shuanghe Cave, the longest cave in Asia. By 2018, 238.48 kilometers of it had been explored. This identified it as the sixth longest cave in the world. This passageway, 1.3 kilometers long and measuring 20 meters by 15, is part of Shuanghe Cave. 3 decades of exploration have uncovered an intricate network of several layers of interconnected water and dry caves. More than 280 linked passageways form a gigantic subterranean system of spaces. In the richly colored cave interiors, a distinctive mineral crystal causes the walls to constantly change color. Blue sulfate seeps out of the cracks covering the wall. This has created the world's largest Celestine cave. In southern China, numerous cave collapses have produced the spectacular phenomenon of heavenly holes. The coursing streams continue to fashion this underground spectacle. A huge stalactite hangs from the cave roof. Its unique shape resembles the gaping mouth of a fish. Following the calcium carbonate conduits, the dripping water has deposited a huge circular stalagmite under the fish's mouth. This remarkable pair of formations present a truly memorable sight. After millions of years, the erosion is still continuing. The torrential rains often turn the CO2-laden waters into keen carving knives that erode the limestone along its grain. This steady application of force has produced serrated ridges. To survive in such an unusual forest calls for an extraordinary ability to adapt. In early autumn, the pistache trees emit a pleasant fragrance that attracts visitors from far and wide. The red-bellied squirrel has caught the scent. But how can it negotiate the sharp stone blades to reach the feast? Evidently, a detour is too much trouble. The squirrel decides to crawl across the blades. Before long, other squirrels arrive. The Chinese pistache is the tallest actual tree in the stone forest. However, to expand the living space for its descendants, it needs the help of the small squirrels. In a short while, the squirrels will carry the undigested seeds and scatter them farther afield. This is a win-win arrangement for both parties. In southern China, in the karst regions close to the Vietnam border, a rare leaf monkey has set up home on the stone pillars, where he commands a sweeping view. The white-headed leaf monkey is a close cousin of humans. It's the only species of leaf monkey to spend its whole life among mountains. This large family group of 25 lives across 3 peaks. The patriarch remains constantly vigilant. Such a big family demands constant attention. The baby monkey is covered in golden fur. Its 3-month-old brother is already eagerly exploring his surroundings. They spend very little of their time on the ground. Life above, among the trees, seems carefree, but a misstep may have dire consequences. To raise offspring in such a difficult environment is a major challenge for the parents. For the leaf monkey, to move from peak to peak requires swift passage through the intervening woods. Its tail, which is 1.5 times its body length, serves to keep its balance. Leaf monkeys get all their water and energy from leaves, flowers, and fruits. Today, they have discovered a new living space. This is a small eucalyptus forest. The tall, straight tree trunks have become a playground for the monkeys. But these primates aren't here just to enjoy themselves. They're actually nibbling at the tree. The bark offers a unique blend of flavors and textures. The monkeys seem to be enjoying their snack. This strange phenomenon has only been observed in recent years. With darkness gathering, it's time to go home. They live high up on the cliff. The well-hidden spot is hard for predators to approach, whether a ferocious raptor from the air or one of the creatures prowling on the ground. The fact is, there's only a single route to the cliff, with next to nothing to hold on to. So every step must be precise. The most difficult stretch is 50 meters above the ground. A fall is certain to prove fatal. Finally, they returned home safely. From the ice field deep on the Qingzhang-Gaowan to southern China's 550,000 square kilometers of karst, the ubiquitous water is constantly changing life. Even in the deepest caves and on the highest mountain peaks, life will continue to evolve and flourish.